Welcome back to Oak Bridge Farm, episode 23. We are back here on the farm. We're going to go ahead and get this harvester off on a worker so they can get the linseed going. We got a nice big field here. We might as well just start the worker right away. Usually I'm so used to doing headlands, but might as well let the worker figure out what they want to do. I made a mistake on the previous episode. I forgot to check the audio sound for the game and it wasn't coming through, so I apologize for that. I put some ambient music in. I hope it was decent for everybody. Oh no, what's going on here? We'll swing it on the lower side, maybe that should help. So it's not so much up in the air on us. Yeah, the sound was, we had some issues there, but like I said, I did the best I could to make it somewhat enjoyable. No, this ain't gonna work. Interesting. Oh, there we go, barely. Okay, we got it. That was a little problematic there. Today's episode, what we're going to do, like I said, we'll get this off on a worker. This field here, I think we should do the barley the more I think about it, because we were going to originally do it back on the one we just harvested. I suppose we could probably do two, maybe. Let's see. Let's put this off on a worker. I think they might be better off if they do two headlands. They're going to fill up quite fast. We do have our wagon up on top there, on standby. Yeah, if we do barley here, this will be probably a good amount because we're going to use that for chicken feed. And it'll be, like I said, our silo's right there. Put it in there. Speaking of chicken feed, how are we doing on our chickens? Oh, we got to hook that wagon up too and redump. Yeah, we got plenty here. Should last us, I think, probably until most of the next year. We're probably not going to do the green beans next year. I think we'll hold off on that, take a little break from it. We only got 4 pallets out of there that will have to be delivered, I believe, in March, that is. We can get in the Kubota. We'll get the direct drill going. At the other, we should probably actually do the other field first. We got a lime too, and these are both considered mulched, which is really interesting. If we go over to the right page, we don't have to worry about the mulcher yet. Yeah, so our pH was low, so we got to get limed here on this new field. We get to try out the new precision farming that was upgraded, or fixed, I should say. And this one, I think, is fine. So we'll get off on that. We can run up to the garden center and grab, let's see, where was that limer? In here. We go up to the garden center, top up on lime if we're low, since we paid for that. I'm eager to see how good this update fixed precision farming. Yeah, there's not, I mean, a third. Let's go ahead and fill up there. We'll go the back way. We got 1 month, and that's right now to do the canola and get that planted. So we got to get on that, and I'm going to do that on that big field. So that's why we'll do the lime and then come back and grab the cedar, and then we'll get that planted up. Are they doing all right over there? They're coming back down. They're probably getting full already. Doesn't take much. Linseed is pretty good. I think we'll do linseed one more time, because it is a good yielding crop. We might do it down here on our soybean field. This should last us the whole play through the rest of this lime, I think. We are going through quite a bit. Yeah, there's plenty in there yet. Okay. Let's head on down to our new field then. Again, on a previous episode, we didn't get the weeder out in time for the weeds. Well, I should take responsibility. I forgot to do that. There's so much on our plate that I forgot to do that. Like our harvester needs some relief. Good, they're on the open side too, so we can take care of that. We gotta keep them moving. Didn't even make one lap around and it's already full. The yield is really good on linseed. Okay, we'll leave that there. They should be good. Okay, so I believe, let's double check and make sure our variable seed rates, our spreading rates, rather, okay, automatic application. Okay, that should work. Let's get our GPS set up. This is where when you look at something like this, we could go back to 1 here. But we have to, well actually now this one's opposite. If we do 2, you can see how we'd want to do the rows on this side. That way the rows that ain't like complete, we'd finish up on that side. You're getting the most bang for your buck, you know, on spread. Otherwise we might run out. I suppose either way we'd have to refill it. Let's just go with 2. Okay, so I believe, let's get the mini map up so we can see what we're doing. And then we'll go ahead and have it here. Yeah, this is, as I mentioned on the previous episode, they added in options under the settings for precision farming, realistic spread pattern, and speed dependent application. So if we do slow down, which we can test out here, it's going to go more blue. And it does, because we're over spreading in that spot. Just a little more realistic. Let me just stop it here once and take a look at everything. Yep, so we got perfect, and then good because, again, we went over here. You can shut that off if you want. Oh, it does say bad right there. Again, it's more about being realistic, and I'm fine with that. It looks like our workers full again here. Can they make it to the end? I guess regardless, we got to get on the other side. Probably not going to make it. Fills up really quick. Nope. That's fine. Let's get it backed around here and take care of them. Yeah, the yield is quite spectacular with linseed. It's definitely a moneymaker. I guess I will do one more field. We do have to like plan it for the years out here. Excellent. Then have back at her. Perfect. And we'll get back on to our liming here. Check the map one more time here in the menu. Yep. For the most part, we are good. Okay, without further ado, let's get cracking. All right, we have the lime all spread on the field. Again, different areas because the soil type, you can even see it right here. But like I said, we don't need everything perfect. More realistic when it's not. See how that goes. And the nitrogen, we don't know yet until we get the... Yes, well, it's seeded. We're going to do canola on this field. We'll take care of that right away because, again, it's the last month to do that. We'll run back to the farm. Our workers should be finishing up on the last little bit, which is exciting. And then, let's see, we'll do canola there. We're going to do barley in the smaller field at home. And then, yeah, I'm trying to figure out the other two fields. I like to swap. If we're going to do linseed again, I want to do it on the other upper field, or I should say the western field there, because it makes it interesting to rotate crops too, instead of doing the same thing in the same exact spot. Or we could hold off and do a later crop in the spring. I think maybe like sorghum or something. We'll have to see how things go because, well, I'm recording this before the... Is it the Plains and Prairie pack? Comes out DLC. Could actually start parking some of this stuff over here too. We might actually rent some of that equipment and try it out. This is actually a good map to do it. Our next playthrough, again, is going to be a small vintage playthrough. We won't be able to do it on there. But I think it'd be kind of cool just to rent some equipment and give it a shot on this map. Obviously, we can't have something too big because our roads are really small, but we could give some a test a go. See what it's like. Alright, we got to grab the seeder. We got to get that canola done. We'll check on our workers. See where they're at. Yeah, we got to get some... I wanted to use... How is our... We never... Let's check up on our animals here. So, straw is still plenty good. We got some slurry. We don't have that much manure. But I'm kind of wondering, we'll have to let the tank run empty, but if that's the case, we could use some fertilizer on our field there. We're gonna have to make a loop here. It's just not enough to turn around. Because we wanted to use the organic fertilizer to save a lot of money too. We'll get this out of the way because we got a dump. There was no more seeds, right? Yeah, so we're gonna have to... We could buy some over at the... Actually, it's a grand idea to buy some over there and then use it to fill it up here. Let's send this over on a worker so they can save us some time. Okay. And we'll... Actually, we are topped up already here. We'll get this dumped off into the silo. And then I guess we can dump directly with our harvester, so we don't need to deal with this. We could run this up to the western field, because we're going to have to do that next month. Get going on those soybeans. Let's see, I think we were set to main door. Let's change that to the back. Are we still lined up? No, we're off again, so I don't think it's going to let us do it here. Oh, actually it does. Nope. Yeah, this map is very bad for this auger. It just keeps moving from where we have it set. I don't know if it's the ground deformation that's shaking it when we drive by or what the deal is. It seems like it's not the ideal. I guess there'd be one advantage there then to having to use the other silos. There we go. Yeah, I just dumped it in the auger and the rest is coming out. The day's getting really short on us though, so we gotta start moving. Okay. There we go. We'll see what our total is. Let's check up on our combine. Got to get that down here yet too. About half full. Double check the field and make sure there wasn't anything missed on the other end. Excellent. Workers do a fantastic job. Try to keep this closer to the edge this time. We can hook up on it. Went way too far last time. Wanted to lower it down, but you can still go way too low for that. I almost kind of wish it did snap. Okay. Hopefully that's better. We might just take this up there to the other field next month. We gotta get going on that seeding before it gets dark. We got a lot to do. Excellent. We'll just run everything through the back way. We'll just get it all lined up over here. That's good. And the rest of it. What did we end up with here? I want to see how much room we have in this silo too. 120,000 linseed. Gonna sell it in January. We're gonna get 146,000 for it. That is a very good cash crop. I think it's a little overpowered, but it's kind of good to have something like that, especially on a map like this, so you can get capital and start progressing. Yeah, the way things are looking, like I said, I'm kind of waiting for that one mod to come out for the easy dev controls, so I can make the equipment scratched up and all full of mud to make it look more interesting for the playthrough. Sounds like they're close to having it. I think it is on the mod hub, or it's submitted. They're just waiting for approval as I'm recording this. Maybe it's out finally time this airs, but looks like our worker had a problem here. Nonetheless, we'll get down to the field. I almost kind of want to try the tram lines, but I'm not actually sure we're going to get weeds or not. Well, we got to see what our fertilizer does here too. Let's get this set up. Okay, we wanted canola. Perfect. Alright. Now. Getting ahead of myself here. Let's take a look and see what we got for stats. I forgot it's going to have to roll too. I don't see any weeds, which is possible we might not get any. Because I was going to set up tram lines for the weeder or the manure spreader, but we got perfect nitrogen. 200. We'll probably, when we run out, which I think we will, we'll use our organic. We're probably going to go through that pretty quickly, though we'll end up having to use fertilizer anyway. That's just the way it's going to be. Okay, let's get to planting here. And like I said, when we run out of seed, I'll have to pick some more up at the shop. I might as well get it right over there. And then we'll go from there, I guess. Alright, we're just about finished up here. We're working late into the night. I did say that we were going to do an episode into the dark. Here we are. Actually, the lighting's pretty well. Like, it's not like... I think 22 was a lot darker. Even though 22 was a pretty good... So it had some good lighting too. But we got her planted and then rolled. That was a big job. We do have some bad nitrogen in the middle. What we will do on the next episode is we're going to bring down the slurry. We'll advance to, let's see, I guess it'd be October. We'll get advanced, and then we'll see how good... We'll have a nice comparison how much the slurry's not going to... I should actually see if I can update that tank and put the sensors in it too, because that would help too with distribution. Let's get this sent back on a worker, and then we'll grab the cedar. Get that back down as well. Still a little bit of seed left. That was one thing that was nice about precision farming. We saved on seed. I think, like I said, we'll get back to the homestead, and then we will get to October. I think we'll grab some seed and to finish out the episode. Definitely got a different feeling here at night, where you can see the workers with their lights on. I don't do it often on playthroughs because obviously it's so dark and it's not as appealing to the eye watching night footage. Playing it's another thing, but actually having to watch it in the night, so... Oh, is he gonna go? What's going on there? He was making extra sure to avoid that collision sign. Let's see, we will need all this equipment on the other field when we get to it. We're going to have a busy upcoming episode as well, because we're going to have to harvest our soybeans. We got... Well, we're going to be planting 2 more fields. We'll get the barley on this other field here on the right. We'll just park this here for now. I was actually wrong. I forgot all about the seed on the side-by-side here that we got for free. Forgot all about that bonus. We're actually probably good on seed then. Well, actually, there's 179. It'll get us through a little bit here. When we need more seed, we can actually use the side-by-side, put a pallet in the back. Be more efficient than grabbing the tractor and trailer and driving to the store, too. We go through so little seed now. More so the fertilizer, but like I said, we're going to get the organic stuff down. We're probably going to go through that really quickly. I'm going to try to, like, hopefully we can get through it all, but I doubt we will. So I'll just leave this here. And I'm going to get the styre hooked up on the slurry tank as we close out here. Let's see if we can get the sensors for the manure on this tank. I'm not absolutely sure we can. We cannot. So we're just going to have to spread with what we have. Or is it go on this? Nope, not on there either. It's the injector. Okay. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just use what we got. I'm sure we're going to run through the slurry really quick. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this hooked up, and we come in on the next episode. I will see that we need to get some slurry injected into our field.